Hey guys, how's it going? This is the Power Gunner, and welcome to my review of Advanced Warfare's Havoc DLC pack, which is the first one that there is. So, I know that I haven't even done my review for Advanced Warfare, just the actual game yet, but that will come soon, but I'm just going to talk about the additional content that is in this DLC pack and whether it is worth spending $15 on it. So, in this DLC pack, there are 4 multiplayer maps, 1 weapon, and 1 Exo Zombies map. And I will save Exo Zombies for last because that is pretty much the biggest thing in this DLC pack. Okay, so first off, for the multiplayer maps, the first one that I will talk about here is Core. Now, I have very little experience on these multiplayer maps, and when it comes to playing multiplayer games really competitively, I am not the guy to go to for that sort of information. So that's not the sort of information that you are going to get. So from what I have played on Core, it is a very colorful map. It is a very big map compared to the other ones in Advanced Warfare, which it is nice to have some map diversity, and I just like the colors. Sometimes colors can make or break a map, and for this one, they seem to be going pretty good in here. So the layout for Core seems pretty good. It does worry me some. I feel like it might just be too big to where things will just get too crazy. Also, there are many different ways that enemies can come and see you. It seems like there's tons of turns and corners like all over this map. So that could end up being a bad thing, I could see, but it'll probably be just fine. Okay, then the next map, Drift. This one is like a snowy map, and it has a carousel in the middle, and there's an avalanche that happens on it. Now, I've heard people who play this game more competitively than I do saying some good things about this map. I have played it very little, same thing with the other multiplayer maps, but from me playing it, I do not like this map. It looks fine, but it just doesn't play well, for me at least. I don't like it. It's one of my least favorite maps in the game, but I guess a lot of other people do like it, so if you're one of those people, then that's fine. Alright, next map is Sideshow. So this is a map that has some colorful buildings that remind me a lot of Nuketown from Black Ops. And there's some creepy clown stuff all over it, including a clown that shoots bombs out of its head with rainbow smoke trails. Now, I haven't experienced the bombs part much yet, but it seems like a very cool idea, and this just seems like a fun map. I like the map's colors. This does seem to be one of the flattest maps in the game, I would say, which is kind of weird. And I'd say it's slightly bigger than most of the maps, and from what I can tell from the layout so far, it actually seems really good. I think the flatness and how this map isn't very dense might seem a little weird, but overall it's a good map, I think. Okay, then the final map in this pack, Urban. Urban is my favorite one out of these, and it's probably one of my favorite maps in the game now. It's a very small map, probably about the size of Nuketown, if not smaller. This map is tiny, and it is very fast-paced, and I really like that. I think this map is awesome. The look of this map is quite good too. It has some shiny colors standing out from the grays in the map too. And for me, the only bad thing about this map, which is the bad thing about any small map, is sometimes you get really bad spawns because the map is so small, so the game has to figure out where to spawn you, and it ends up spawning you like right by some enemies because it's stupid. So yeah, and then there's the DLC weapon, which is called the AE4. This is an assault rifle that shoots lasers. It seems to be a pretty cool weapon, but I'm not a big fan of using assault rifles because that's what everyone uses, and I think that's just kind of boring. But since most people do like using it, you probably will too. It seems to be like a pretty good gun. But yeah, for me, I just don't feel like using it. It's not my type of gun, but I'm sure that you will like it if you like other assault rifles in Advanced Warfare. Alright, now the big part of this review, Exo Zombies. So, we got the first Exo Zombies map, which is called Outbreak. It takes place in some like Atlas facility place, and you play as 4 characters like you did just like in Treyarch Zombies. And if you don't know how much I liked Treyarch Zombies, basically in the World at War and Black Ops 1 maps, I loved it. I loved Treyarch Zombies there. I think they really did an epic fail on it in Black Ops 2. It was not very good at all, except for one map, Buried, I liked, but the other ones were just not good. So yeah, me being a big fan of Treyarch Zombies, I was kind of worried that Exo Zombies would be too different from it, and I wouldn't really like it. But it is very, very similar to Treyarch's Zombies. There's like points and perks still. Pretty much the major differences are you cannot board up windows, you need your exosuit to get perks, and you can use it to like jump around and stuff. And there are many more types of zombies, which I will get to soon. Also, the upgrades are different. You can upgrade a gun like up to like 20 times or something, and each upgrade costs 2,500 points, which is half of what it costs in Treyarch Zombies. And I guess I'll just start this in a weird way by talking about the upgrades, which might be my least favorite part about Exo Zombies. The upgrades give you a new camo each time, and they refill your ammo, and sometimes they give you a new attachment, but other than that, it's really hard to tell what they do. Now, eventually, you can tell some things, like the damage of your weapon gets better over time, but it's not by that much, and also you get some more ammo capacity in your gun. But yeah, definitely not as cool as Pack-a-Punching at all. The guns don't seem to get any sort of special abilities when you upgrade them, like, for example, in Black Ops 1, when you upgraded the crossbow, then the bullets that you shot would attract the zombies towards it like the monkey bombs would. But yeah, nothing cool like that at all here. So I do like that there are different variations to what kinds of zombies there are. There are normal zombies, there are zombies with exosuits, and then there are zombies with exosuits combined with the zombies that can EMP your exosuit, which those zombies I don't really like. There's also exploding zombies, which are pretty cool. They don't do that much damage to you, which is nice. But I need to talk about these EMP zombies here. These things are a good idea to balance the exosuit so that you can't just constantly jump over the zombies. But there are so many EMP zombies in this that many times it can ruin the fun, sort of, with this. Because you call this game mode Exo Zombies, but then there's constantly EMP zombies disabling your exo, and then you can't jump like you're used to doing. And it can really just sort of mess up the pacing of it, I guess. But also be kind of cool at the same time. I just think there's too many, and I see why they're there to balance you not being able to jump over the zombies constantly. But they just added way too many of them, and I think the EMP lasts too long also. So yeah, that's a major downside with this. Also, the zombies in this, they're kind of crazier. They seem to not run quite in a straight line like the Treyarch ones did, so it's harder to train them, which is pretty much the only way to survive very long in zombies. But you can do it, it's a bit harder, and overall I would say Exo Zombies is harder than Treyarch Zombies. On this map, at least, maybe it'll get easier with future ones and other DLCs. But I kind of like how hard it is, in a way, and kind of not at the same time. It's cool because with Treyarch Zombies, it seemed like once you got to a certain point, it didn't really get any harder. There were just more zombies and they had more health, but it didn't really make it any more difficult to survive. But in this, it seems like it keeps on getting harder quite a bit. I have managed to get to round 30 in this, which I'm pretty proud of. That seems to be like a generally high round for Exo Zombies, since it's harder than Treyarch Zombies. And yeah, there's that. So, I do want to say that the exosuit feels great when you actually are not EMP'd, and it's awesome to be able to jump over the zombies. That helps with training them because they're so crazy and running all over the place. Now, one thing that I do want to mention with the EMP zombies, I think if they weren't there, then it would be a lot easier, but at the same time, they can still hit you while your exo is recharging for like a split second when you hit the ground. So it's not like you're invincible if you constantly jump. Also, when you go down in this game, you don't instantly lose all of your perks. You start to lose them slowly as it takes longer for your friends to revive you, but you won't necessarily lose all of them every time, which is very cool considering that this is harder than Treyarch Zombies, and you don't necessarily want to have to buy your perks back again. Now, with the perks, I do think that there are 3 perks that are useful, and then the 2 other ones are useless. The useful ones are Exo Health, which is basically Juggernog, Exo Medic, which is Quick Revive, and Exo Reload, which is Speed Cola. And then the other ones, there's Exo Soldier, which is Gung Ho from the multiplayer, and there's Exo Slam, which lets you do the slam thing, which usually puts you in the middle of zombies, doesn't do that much damage, and gets you killed. It's stupid. So yeah, 2 perks are useless. I would like to see more useful perks in the next DLC. And I would say the map size and structure for Outbreak is really good for the most part. There are some portions of the map where you just don't want to go through them on later rounds because you'll get trapped because your exosuit can't jump over like low ceilings and stuff. And sometimes I did actually experience glitches to where I got trapped and there was no ceiling above me, but I kept on jumping and it wouldn't let me jump out and I wasn't EMP'd. So yeah, there's some glitches that'll ruin the game, but it doesn't happen that often. Also, another problem that I have with Exo Zombies is the Wonder Weapon isn't very good. It's the Cell 3 Cauterizer. There are other guns that you can get from the Mystery Box 3D printer thing that are better than that gun. And yes, that gun is good, but it seems to be kind of weak and it doesn't kill in one hit for like that many rounds. So I would like to see some improvement there. It's not quite your ray gun or thunder gun type of quality. So yeah, then also there's certain rounds where there's these infection zombies that'll like infect you and you need to get to this decontamination zone or else you turn into a zombie, and if you're playing in solo you'll just be dead, and if you're playing in multiplayer then for that round like your character turns into a zombie but you were like taken out of the game and stuff, which that's kind of interesting, but honestly that round is so annoying. I don't want to see that sort of thing again, but it's not horrible to deal with if you know what you're doing. And then for the story of what's going on in the background in Exo Zombies on Outbreak, there's really not that much. It's kind of boring, to be honest. It's just some stuff with like Atlas and things that they did towards the end of the campaign of Advanced Warfare that caused this. But yeah, nothing really cool like in World at War or something like that. And yeah, just some few last more bad things about Exo Zombies, which I think are possibly the worst things with it, is one, it just doesn't have the tone and the feeling of Treyarch Zombies with the cool perks and their jingles and how they're just sodas and stuff, and that sort of cool stylized stuff is not there. And also, it feels like there is nothing big to build up points for, and it seems like at a certain point in the game you just keep on building up points and it doesn't even matter because there's nothing that expensive to try to build up points to buy later on, and the game gets pretty boring. But yeah, it probably sounds like Exo Zombies is really bad from all the bad things I've said about it, but to be honest, it feels a lot like Treyarch Zombies. It feels like Black Ops 1 Zombies a lot in many ways, with the map size being very similar to something like Kino der Toten, although maybe it's slightly smaller than that, I guess. But overall, this is the best part of the DLC pack. It is a lot of new stuff for Advanced Warfare. I really like it. There are definitely quite a few things that could be improved on, but overall, it's not bad at all. Exo Zombies, in fact, is really, really fun, and I think it is better than Black Ops 2 Zombies. Not as good as the other Zombies stuff that Treyarch did, but Black Ops Zombies sucked, let's be honest here. So yeah, I will actually be doing reviews of the past Call of Duties that I've played sometime soon, just very quick ones just to get it out of the way. But yeah, thank you for watching my review of the Havoc DLC pack. I would say if you are into Advanced Warfare and like the game and keep on playing it, then this is a good thing to buy, and it'll give you some fresh new content to keep you playing the game. But if you don't really care about Advanced Warfare, then this isn't anything too special. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching this review, and have a great day. Like the video, blah 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 blah.